I love you, Zelda. Everyone a big welcome for Valerie Birkhead. Do your ears hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot? Can you tie... Oh wait, this is kind of my fault. Turns out, you're just one of us. Hey everyone, so I've got another Sabrina review today, and this is the second episode of season 3, Boy Was My Face Red. And I'm kind of torn with this episode because I really enjoy watching it for various aspects, but the actual main plotline I'm not that much of a fan of. Valerie is very embarrassed at school because she burps in school, and Sabrina casts a spell to get rid of that embarrassment, and that embarrassment then goes on to Sabrina. And it seems quite interesting, but there's just something about it which I don't find that... I think it's probably the fact that it's quite uncomfortable to watch because you are feeling embarrassed for Sabrina. I wasn't really feeling embarrassed for Valerie, but as most of you will know, I'm not the biggest Valerie fan, so I guess that's maybe why. But I did feel exceptionally embarrassed for Sabrina. So it's very uncomfortable to watch, but the other plot I like, Salem is trying to get a kiss because he thinks it will, help him not be a cat. And he ended up with a cone on his head, and I have to say Salem with a cone is so cute. And I've started, for whatever reason, to pay more attention to the difference between the animatronics and the genuine Salems. In the real Salems with the cones are so adorable, but it's heartbreaking to see these little cats with these little cones on. I know the cats are only acting, but it was quite upsetting to watch. I do think most of the humour from this episode comes from Salem. I don't find any of the embarrassment plot sections funny. I'm not sure if that's just me. Maybe it's not my... Well, I know for a fact it's not my kind of humour. But I don't find any of that amusing at all. Apart from Zelda's, because Zelda's ears are massive because she hangs them on the line. She puts them out to dry. Hilda hangs them up to dry, and they grow massive. And that incorporates the Do Your Ears Hang Low song. What is that called? I don't know what that song's called, but that brings that song in, which I love. That's one of my favourite scenes in this whole thing. Zelda in this, I love Zelda's pink suit in the end. I don't think she's wearing, in the last scene, kind of the penultimate scene, she's got this pink sort of pantsuit on, and it is gorgeous. I really do like that quite a lot. Yeah, and when Salem's cone plays music, that's one of my favourite moments in this. I think it's just a little touch of magic. It's nice to have good magic. There's not an awful lot in the first couple of seasons of positive magic. Normally it's just spells, whereas the further we go into it, there's a lot of finger pointing and, just magic for the use of magic, rather than casting a spell, just moving things. So it's nice to have a bit of magic in there that has no, no effect on anything else. It's just a cat with a cone playing music, So that's quite nice. Curtis Andersen is in this. We get to see a lot more of Gordy over the next couple of episodes, which is brilliant because he is one of my favourite characters in this. And he delivers the very line to Sabrina which makes her realise that there is no need to be embarrassed and try and hide from it. And that is obviously the main message with this. Everybody does embarrassing things. Of course, when you are sitting there embarrassed and you're wanting to curl in a ball and die of embarrassment, when somebody says to you, don't worry, we all get embarrassed, it's not going to make a difference. But once Sabrina wrote it out and Gordy delivered that line, she realised that it's fine to be embarrassed, we all do things. Now I will be honest, there was one moment in this which has taken me pretty much my full life to realise what it meant. The moment where Sabrina magics up the block of cheese in the knife and she starts cutting the cheese, and I'm speaking literally here, for years, for many years, I think it was probably about 1999, 2000 when I first saw this, maybe. So for about 10 years, 11 years, I've been sitting going, what on earth is that? It wasn't until 2.5 Men with the Who Cut the Cheese song, which I love, Who Cut the Cheese, I love that, that I actually realised that it was a metaphor. And I'm like, oh, right, well that makes sense. So that's one of my favourite moments in this, just because I now know what on earth is going on about. So that's quite cute. The historical moments not in history scene I think was quite effective as well, and helps to reinforce that message that we all get embarrassed, with Queen Victoria sweating and Camelot with his trousers ripped. Very, very amusing, very entertaining. Nice little touch as well. The message could have still been delivered without that scene, but I thought it was quite nice, adds to the magic, makes it a little bit more entertaining and amusing. I did find that quite clever and creative, so credit where it's especially due there. Also, the last thing, well, the last two things I want to point out. Dr. Werner, I love. Crazy cat lady, she is my twin. I love her. And the last thing is the fact that the solution, and I say solution, the way to get rid of Valerie's embarrassment is with a banana peel. Not many spells in Sabrina can we do ourselves at home. You know, a lot of them we have to use really weird ingredients that don't work, and the spells are not mortal reachable, I guess. But we all have access to bananas. So that we can copy them. I don't suggest that any of us go and make somebody slip on a banana peel because it's exceptionally dangerous, and it's not something that I would recommend at all because somebody could slip, bang their head and die. I know, maybe that's the downside to this, but it's nice to have a spell that we can all relate to and we can all understand works. So that's quite good. Other favourite moment is when Libby slips with her face in the cake. I love that. It's such a quick, brief moment, but it's just so effective and I like it. Yeah, as I said, the actual Sabrina being embarrassed in this is not something I find a lot of the amusement comes from, but literally every other scene in this is golden, so I really do enjoy it. I love it a lot. Not a massive fan of Sabrina's hair in this. Not sure if that's fair of me to say, but I love her hair in every other season, in every other episode in fact. There's just something about this episode that I don't really like. Don't know what it is about her, but I'm not a fan. But never mind, everything else perfect. I love Hilda in this. Hilda doesn't really have a main plot going on here, but she is, you know, she's Hilda. I love her. Let me know your thoughts on Boy Was My Face Red, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.